Hello and a warm welcome everyone to the second video on this channel. I'm coming to you today from the affiliate office in South Tyrol, northern Italy, the home of Yannick Sinner and also Apfelstrudel and my original home. Today we're gonna talk about situation awareness as the foundational science behind the visual patient avatar. Situation awareness is the basis of every decision that we make as humans, and I think also that animals make, and it's the basis also of all our actions, because without decisions we do not make actions, or every action is the cause of a decision. Situation awareness was invented as a scientific field by Mika Ensley, former chief scientist of the US Air Force in the 1980s. She defined it as being aware of what is happening around us and understanding what that information means to us now and in the near future. It's a hierarchical three-level concept. Level 1 is perception of the elements around us. We do this by hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. For example, in an operating room, we would listen to the beep of the heart rate and pulse. We would see the blood pressure go down, the surgeons becoming anxious, the blood suction unit filling with blood. After we perceived the information, we comprehend the information, we put two and two together. In this case, we would arrive at the conclusion that this may be a bleeding situation, and then we make a projection into the short-term future, what is likely gonna happen, how severe the bleeding situation is, and based on this we make our decision. And here you can see that situation awareness is important for every aspect of our human life. It's the same in driving a car or flying an airplane or working in the hospital. It is positively affected by our goals. If we are very motivated, for example, then it's easier for us to be alert and get all the situation awareness. If we're very experienced, then we can do pattern recognition, and if we have a lot of training and knowledge. And it's negatively affected by workload, stress, complex system design. We all know when we are stressed, it's more difficult for us to perceive information, and we can only concentrate on fewer items. The generation and maintenance of situation awareness is something that happens all the time, and it happens in animals too. I was observing birds earlier today, and I saw that they also constantly perceive the elements in their surrounding, and then with their little bird brains make their comprehensions, and then a small projection is the human coming at me at a dangerous speed or not, and with this they make their decision to fly away or to stay. If we look at our modern operating room life, we can see that we have information overload. A lot of information is constantly coming in at us. The information is inherently complex. It's rapidly changing. Here we can see the ROTEM demograms, which is an example of a relatively complicated way of showing only a few blood coagulation deficiencies. As a young nurse or resident physician, we think we have to become some kind of Einstein to make sense of all the data that comes in at us. In patient monitoring, we have a lot of individual numbers, a lot of them with the same value ranges going from 0 to 300. For example, pulse 80 is great, but for saturation 80 isn't so great. And the piecing together of these data items to information happens in our brains. We humans are better with frequency, form, and color than we are at integrating a lot of numbers. And we are humans, and as such we are easily distracted, we are easily fatigued, we may have had too much or too little coffee, we may be sensible to moon phases. There are human factor phenomena like tunnel vision. If we are concentrated on one thing, we tend to ignore other important information items. And we humans have very low RAM memory. We can only remember 7 plus minus 2 numbers at the same time. I can see this every day in my life when I have to enter some identification code that I get via my cell phone. If I'm stressed, then I have a hard time remembering even 2 digits sometimes. How are situation awareness and patient safety connected? Situation awareness failures in aviation, we know, are responsible for more than 80% of all accidents. You can just look at some accident reports and high-profile crashes that go through the news media. If it's not intentional, then it's mostly situation awareness errors. Most predominantly perception errors. Recent crashes, we had one in Washington where the 2 airplanes did not see each other, or the Azerbaijani airliner that was mistaken for a drone. Level 1 and a level 2 situation awareness failures examples. And in the past decade, in the Technical University of Munich, there was some important research done, and these researchers identified that also in malpractice claims and critical incident reporting system cases, more than 80% of the analyzed cases were situation awareness cases at their root. And situation awareness is also often synonymously used with the term human error. The Swiss cheese model of error causation shows that for a hazard to become a loss, the holes in the Swiss cheese are our protective barriers, must align in an unfortunate fashion for this red error trajectory to pass through from a hazard to a loss. Now, what are the slices of Swiss cheese in our hospital environment? For example, checklists that we use, for example, simulation training, but also good monitoring, low hierarchies, good level of staffing, and things like that. Why is situation awareness important for patient safety on a global scale? Because we know that medical error, and most medical error are situation awareness errors. This is also something you can try to feel in your daily life. If you look at small near misses or small mishaps, you will find that most of them were some form of situation awareness error. And those types of errors have been identified as the 3rd most common cause of death in the US healthcare system. On a global scale, we know that the 30-day postoperative mortality is about 7.7%. Not all our patients die because we make mistakes, but they are being operated on because they are sick in the first place, but we may be able to influence the substantial human factor, situation awareness, error part in these numbers. This concludes the 2nd video. We say goodbye to you from the home of Apfelstrudel, and may you always have good situation awareness and keep closing the holes in the Swiss cheese. The old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train. There to meet me are my mama and my papa. Down the road I look and there runs Mary, heart of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home.